We are on day 77 of rehearsals and there are 53 days until the show. Rehearsing Rent, as we've gone on, it's become quite clear to me that it is a challenge, and we always knew it would be. There's something about it. It is longer, everything is bigger, the cast is bigger, the moments are bigger. It has been a challenge, and we've been worked pretty hard with it, and so have the cast. It's one of those shows which is quite challenging to get people through the door, and I think there's many reasons for that. It's one of the most popular shows of all time. But I think audiences can be hesitant to come and see it because there have been so many perfect versions done that we need to convince them that ours is also one of those versions. And one way we've done that is through this, where we have really invited people through the door of our rehearsal.
Can't quietly wipe out an entire tent city then watch It's a Wonderful Life on TV. You want to produce films and write songs? You need somewhere to do it. That's what we used to dream about. Think twice before you poo-poo it. You'll see, boys. You'll see, boys.
We've also done a photo shoot. The 8 main characters of Rent are so iconic. Everyone has seen or knows of a version of those characters. Let's introduce these characters through our photography in a way that is very smart, vogue, sort of high fashion.
We are thinking of this show in a slightly different way, thinking about the marketing in a slightly different way. That's what's going to get people through the door.
The ensemble it's more recognisable Rent, where the brief really was, we are just going to have 2 people on camera at any one time and we're just going to show this connection. And they really didn't have to work that hard to get there because this cast are close.
You know, we're a cast of existing people that have worked with Inspired before and they're new people, but you just don't see that in the photos, which I think is so lovely, and I think that's a massive statement, like a little pat on the back for the work that's kind of been put in.
We're looking at La Vie Boheme today, and that song is just iconic, and it is, again, long and big, and kind of where to start with that was a challenge because you don't want to do a copy and paste of every version of La Vie Boheme that's been done before, but also you don't want to shake it up because it's so iconic. With Freya's choreography, the pure talent of the cast and the way Matthew has managed to direct them musically, it is just creating such a high energy end to it.
Yeah, it's like joyful chaos in like the best way, and like you said, like Freya's choreography, she's working hard. I think of all the different versions I've seen of Rent, it is certainly the hardest. I'm being biased, but it's certainly the hardest La Vie Boheme choreography that I've seen because of the way it's being done, and everyone will see that when they come and see the show.
My name is Mikhail Lim and I play the role of Benny.
My name is Fernanda and I'm part of the ensemble. I'm the Hamden's number 3.
Yeah. I am quite used to working with Freya when it comes to choreography, and she's one of the most considerate people when it comes to, you know, for people to learn, because she goes by the word rather than the beats of the song, which actually makes it a lot more interesting when it comes to the movement because it's a lot more thoughtful.
Freya she's really kind and help all the group a lot. But in my case, I feel like I don't know how to say in English. He understands that I want to work, but I don't have a translator in my head. Then I always say to she, can you explain it like a child? Because, for example, on the La Vie Boheme, it's a lot of different things, and like you say, it's like one word with this movement, but you change the step in when you repeat the number 4 of this other thing. It's really hard.
La Vie Boheme. La Vie Boheme. La Vie Boheme.
With this type of rehearsal, it's not so much the dancing technique, it's about the timing of doing said actions at the same time to the music, everyone at the same time, which as a choreographer I'm envious of Freya's day to day, because there's always the one thing about every show, there's one number that is your choreographer's worst nightmare. I can imagine this might have been one of them. Because just to get all, how many people is there, 18, 19, some of that people?
Yeah, 17 involved.
17 people on the same thing? Just in canon? Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I've put it all in canon and made it so you have no one to follow.
Because like my job's easier compared to everybody else, so I'm feeling lucky today. So.
Yeah, but you set the pace, you set the standard.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah. You're welcome.
No, I'm having great. Lucy's bashed me on the head. I've hit Fernanda's arm, so we're having time of our lives. It's great. Yeah.
Do you know what? I've been really impressed though. Like, people have worked really hard. It's been picked up. You know, it's quarter, but it's been picked up a lot quicker than I expected it to be.
I think the rehearsal's going really well. I'm obsessed with La Vie Boheme. It's probably my favourite song.
Oh yeah, it's like the most iconic song from the show, I think.
I'm very sad though, because I don't get to stand on the chair. I've probably traumatised Freya from our last show where I fell off a chair. But, you know.
It's Christmas Eve. Everyone wants wine and beer, and they just want to have a good time and forget about their problems for, in the show is 10 minutes. So the starting point for that was to put out a cafe scene where all these tables are dotted around, and then as the song goes on, we are then going to transform that space. Our cast, our bohemians, are going to transform that space into a typical La Vie Boheme scene.
And vocally as well, it's very challenging because it's so rapid, and like you say, you're thinking about moving the set and moving here and walking here and then doing all the choreography, and then the amount of words that are in that song is ridiculous.
And it doesn't make much sense. Really.
No.
Like, it's not like one of those songs that just flows nicely because everything flows.
Yeah.
It's very random.
Random words.
Are thrown in.
Yeah. But I think the cast are handling it fantastically.
The mixer doesn't have a case. Don't give me that face. Hey, mister. She's my sister. So that's why we so sushi pizza for dinner. I want pasta with meatless balls.
It tastes the same.
Yeah, when we were rehearsing with Vie Bohème, you have me telling everyone to keep that high energy, have freedom, and then you have Freya and Matthew who have to tell them the complete opposite. so it is being strict.
Yeah.
And obviously that is also what I want, but I'm pushing for energy. Freya is pushing for accurate choreo, and Matthew is pushing for accurate music.
And you can see it from the energy in the room that, you know, people just want to make it as enjoyable to watch, and as clean as it can be. And I from seeing it from on the side, I want to be in it, and I'm really jealous that I'm not actually. But it's fine.
It's a great choreography. I think it's a great moment, but it's really tired. It's really tired. Try to be with your focus in different the people, the place that you take, the table, and blah blah blah. But when you see the video after the rehearsal, it's like, wow, I do that. It's really really amazing. The energy, all the thing.
It does look good. And then as soon as whatever was in your head is suddenly like, oh, actually, yeah, I was great. Surely.
Bisexuals, trisexuals, homo sapiens, carcinogens, hallucinogens, men, Lily Herman, German writers, Italian, Spanish, Toby, Bertolucci, Kurosawa, Camilla.
There will be a moment, and it won't be until, well, hopefully the dress rehearsal, but potentially opening night, where you just realise it's worked. And I'm so confident that will be the case. And we will have had the stress of getting where we are all running around trying to throw up this set safely, and
that was the afterthought. Safely.
And you've got a tech rehearsal where you find out everything that doesn't work and you've got to fix it last minute, and that is just a huge spanner that gets thrown in last minute. And then you get to the dress rehearsal where you know, mistakes happen, and I kind of hope they do, because that is the last chance you have to make a mistake before we go on stage. So at some point throughout the dress rehearsal or opening night, I will be sat in the audience, I'll be watching the show, and I'll go, this is it, and that's what I'm so
I think it's just kind of adding on from what you said, it's that moment where as a creative team you can just go, because it's just happening and it's just there and it's its own beast, and the cast are just doing what they're supposed to be doing, the music's doing everything it's supposed to do, and it's just happening, and you can just sit back and relax and go, yeah, this is the show it should be, this is where it needs to be, this is what we've been striving for, and it's just there. Like, I'm looking forward to that moment of just going, yeah, just what it should be.
I'm hoping that happens right at the beginning.